Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. I wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about something that I think could make a huge difference in the world today. And it's something that's so easy and so wonderful and takes little or no effort, honestly. But it's something that we keep missing and we keep skipping and not doing. And it's called being kind. And the thing that is so great about kindness is that it's super contagious. And there's studies done on like the ripple effect, which was Dr. Lee Howard of positive psychology did a study called, and she wrote a paper called the ripple effect of kindness, or kindness, the ripple effect, I think. And then Dr. Kelly Harding from Columbia University did a similar study and talked about kindness and how it affects our social habits and our social well-being. And it does. It makes such a difference. And just with it being as crazy as the world is right now, I mean, I watched a video earlier today, and I probably should stop watching videos. But I watched a video earlier today, and there was a group of people, and this guy came up to them because they were either wearing shirts they didn't like, or what, I don't know what the real issue was, because they didn't pay that much attention to the beginning. But I heard this man just like screaming and cussing and attacking, and I mean like really screeching at the top of his lungs. And I'm like, what is that? And you know, the people, they bantered back a little, but in the end, they did not raise to his level. They did not elevate it. They stood. They were quiet, even toned. And in a world right now that's in a bit of chaos and just, we're not in solid ground. We're really not. I'm not going to lie. But in a world right now like that, kindness is kind of a radical act, because think about it. People are out there trying to incite violence, are shooting people for having a different opinion, which is bloody insane. And choosing peace over that instantaneous, like, I'm going to get him kind of feel that, somebody attacks you, you have this like fight or flight mentality that kicks in, and you get that, really, you're gonna say that to me, and it could really escalate. But choosing peace over retaliating against that person is like such a beautiful act of leadership. And so I definitely encourage everyone to take a pause when you're in those situations and breathe and do something and be kind. I found something really interesting about this whole ripple theory, and back in 2018, and yeah, I get it was a few years ago, but in 2018, they did a study on social media, and there were 500,000 hashtag kindness. And to show how the ripple effect really works, I think it was up like 104% the next year, and it grew, and in 2021, there were 5 million hashtag kindness posts. So that just shows how that ripple just, that little drop just like ripples out and grows and grows and grows. And, now people are posting kindness. And how cool is that? I would love to see posts with kindness in them, because we just don't anymore. We're so focused on a lot of the negatives, and so many people are just, wanting to complain and moan and why me, woe is me, poor me, poor me. I didn't get this, or, it's not fair that. And you know what, baby, life ain't fair. So let's just take that into our knowledge banks, our brains, as fact. Life ain't fair, and move forward and, make life better for yourself and those people that are around you by being kind. I think it was Proverbs 11:25, and it says, a generous person will prosper, and those who replenish, and I may be paraphrasing a little bit, but those who replenish will be replenished. And it kind of goes along with something that my grandmother told me years ago. And she said to me that as long as you are willing to help others, you will always have everything you need in this world. And while I may not have had everything I wanted, I have definitely had everything I needed to survive. And so I owe that to my grandmother. I believe in being kindness, and sometimes you really just have to do those weird things. Like I was traveling to Alabama for the holidays one year to go see my aunt, and I would typically stop in Valdosta, Georgia, and stay at a hotel just overnight, because I could drive like after work, and I'm not driving into the night and getting to her house at 3 in the morning or whatever it would be, or 2 because of the time change. But I would stop, and I went across the street. There was a McDonald's, and I wanted to get like, egg McMuffin, whatever. Or there was the egg white McMuffin, I think was what I was getting. And I went through the line, and I went to pay, and they're like, oh, yours has been paid for. I'm like, what? And they're like, no, the gentleman in the car before you paid for yours. I'm like, oh my God, that's so kind. I'm like, let me pay for the people behind me. And I'm like, and so I paid for the people behind me. And apparently they paid and they paid and they paid, because they were short on part of my order, and I had to sit out front and wait. And when I the kid came over, he's like, are you the person who started this? I'm like, started what, dude? I've been sitting here, I swear to God, I haven't done anything. Me and the dogs were sitting in the car, we're not bothering anybody. He's like, no, people are paying for everybody else's meal this morning. And it's just like, he's like, oh, we heard it was this, and I have an unusual looking car. We heard it was, that person. I'm like, no, it wasn't me. The guy before me paid for mine. And so I just paid it forward. He's like, wow, that's really cool. And I'm like, yeah, it is really, really cool. And it made me really happy. And that's one of the cool things about kindness, is that it not only will benefit the person that you're being kind to, but you get that warm fuzzy back, and it's just super fun. And, it's stopping and just saying hey to somebody, or go, oh my God, you look great in that color. And it will cause somebody's face to light up instantaneously. Or, oh my God, your nail polish is so cool. Or, oh my gosh, that's so, I just wanted to tell you, and it makes people stay. And you know what? They go out and they see somebody and they go, hey, yeah, I love the color of your scarf. And it just ripples, and that's so amazing. And so I want to ask everybody to be intentional with kindness, because that's really important. And remember, kindness is free, but the impact of that kind word is priceless and completely amazing. So just say hey. Sometimes people are just lonely, and if you say, hey, I hope you're having a great day, and just walk off, it might make somebody's day, and it might actually change their lives for the better. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. I also, at the end of this video, I am going to be sharing some pictures of my friend's brother who is missing in the West Palm Beach, Florida area. If you have seen him, please call the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, or reach out, and I will relay the information. His name is Scott, and he's been missing long enough to have a missing persons report filled out. And so if you are so moved and you want to share the video, or just take some screenshots and share his picture, it would be tremendously appreciated. And with that said, I'm gonna end here because I've gone really long tonight, but that's okay. Guys, we all are Charlie Kirk. Be kind. Bye.